John Calipari, I guess, has a lifetime deal to stay at Kentucky. I don't know what that means in today's sports world or college coaching world, a lifetime deal. And apparently, UCLA offered him a very generous contract, 8-year deal. And I thought, if I'm Calipari, why would I leave to go to UCLA? I know what it used to be. It's not that now, but I think this was just, let me flirt with UCLA. And then, Les Miles used to do this every year, it felt like, at LSU. So I'm guessing Calipari was like, oh, boy, I don't, let me see what I can get with Kentucky. Even though he just bowed out. I mean, it certainly would have been a whole lot better if you'd gone to the Final Four. But lifetime deal with Kentucky, and apparently everything's good, and UCLA continues to look for a coach. Yes, McLevin.
See, I don't get it. You mentioned Mick Cronin and Jamie Dixon were possible. Yeah. John Calipari doesn't fit in with those two names. Are they going for the biggest fish possible? Or
Well, I would, but UCLA has to know their limitations here. You did get Chip Kelly, but you got Chip Kelly on the downslide. And so getting Calipari, But I don't blame UCLA for trying, because they do need to do something to make a splash there. But I couldn't imagine Calipari taking that job. Just feels like you already have this. You know who you are. People know who you are, and it feels like you're the one and done place. Yeah, McLevin.
It feels too that's a hard program, because this might be completely in my head. The wood and shadow. Has there ever been another coach at UCLA that's Larry Brown, but generally feels like that's never a win-win situation.
Jim Herrick. No, but you don't have anybody nobody could rival John Wooden there. But that was a whole different time in college basketball. Everybody stayed for 4 years. They got to pick whoever they wanted to play at UCLA. You had a, financial godfather there who was helping get recruits in there. It's just different. And, there's still that shadow because they know what they used to be, but they're not anywhere near that anymore. So I was surprised, even when I saw the report that, maybe they were interested in John Calipari. I'm like, I understand why they would be interested in him. I couldn't understand why he'd be interested in them. Yeah, Paul.
Wouldn't you like to know how it works? Does John Calipari's agent say, yeah, take the call from UCLA. Go ahead, take the call. And then as soon as you get done with that call, I'm going to make a call to the Kentucky athletic director. Say, I just giving you a call to let you know that John's in play for UCLA and we could take him out of play. Is that how it goes, do you think? It's like a game that John Calipari knows I can make a phone call.
Well, he doesn't have to do anything.
Right.
This is just his agent saying, hey, you got an opening there. You want me to run it by Coach Cal? And then if you're UCLA, you go, sure. Do you think he'd be interested?
And what can you do if you're the Kentucky athletic director? You're kind of in a bind. You're not going to let him go. You don't have any leverage.
No, but he had a contract. This is what always drives me crazy. You have a contract through 2024, but then you're allowed. There's a buyout in there. That's what if I was an athletic director and you could hire somebody and just say, look, there is no out. I like how we can let coaches out of things, but kids want to transfer. They have to sit out a year in a lot of these cases here. But coaches, hey, I got a deal through 2024. And it's not just Coach Calipari. It's others that they do this. They have no problem waking up in the middle of the night going, I think I'm going to take that job. Meanwhile, if a kid decides to do that, they're like, you got to be vetted. You can't, transfer in the conference. You're not going to be able to play next year. Like, you really make it difficult for them. But we don't hold these coaches accountable because there's a buyout. Maybe we should have buyouts for the players. Would you like to buy out Zion Williamson for the second half of the season? Yeah. Get Phil Knight at Nike and just say, all right, we're going to give Duke $50 million. We would like Zion to play the second half of the season at Oregon. Yes, McLevin.
It's not that dissimilar from the current situation. Wait, no.
They're not spending that kind of money. That's mean-spirited there.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.